So where does that real advantage sit now for a graduate who is looking to move into HR management? I think there's a few things, but the first thing, which is happening across lots of industries, is roles are just changing. And if I use tech as an example, we're basically going from a one role where for a product manager used to be just defining a product or use cases and maybe research, would never be designing. But now product managers have the capacity with AI to design. They're using tools that designers are using. They're also then creating MVPs, minimum viable products. So that's really, it's a work in progress. It's very flexible. It's changing. Designers are also changing. They're now becoming product designers, product managers. And then technology is changing too, because now we're getting code coming from product managers and designers into development. So they're getting a clearer picture. They're getting code to start. And I'm sure with HR that flexibility and morphing of roles is also happening.
Oh, absolutely. And in a similar way, we don't know exactly where this is going to land and what, traditional career pathways in HR, from being, a more generalist or specializing in things like recruitment and selection or workplace health and safety or org development, what that is going to look like in the future. What we do know now is that things like your ability to interpret workforce data, to manage things like AI hiring practices, how you design the employee experience in a world where the work itself is rapidly changing. And how we can leverage data, create predictive models to, improve retention. These are the things that are going to continue to be important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nowadays, our graduates really need to have the capacity to develop digital leadership.
Yes.
Also, we combine such digital leadership, including big data interpretation, and also we can make a contribution to redesign the roles in the workforce. For example, instead of just a traditional workplace designer, but nowadays we have more HR analytics and employee experience director, because we want to keep our good employees. We care about the engagement. We would like to think about how we redesign the work to create a sense of belonging and make the work meaningful.
And, we've talked about in some of these other sections, there are difficult ethical quandaries associated with the use of these tools sometimes. So AI ethics and how you promote that in organizations, how you build intelligence about your talent pool, your workforce, all of these, are going to remain critical. The other thing that I would say is, as you're going through your degree, it's important that you engage with and you become familiar with these various AI tools. Learn to master them, but don't let them master you.
Oh, that's a good point.
In the sense that it's so key for you to develop your professional judgment, your expertise, because that is what you're going to need to adjudicate what AI, generates, and your critical thinking capacity. So when you're interpreting a data set, what assumptions have been brought to bear on that? What does it mean for the kinds of conclusions you draw from that data? And the other thing, your IRL, in real life skills, your social skills, your ability to...
The soft skills.
That's going to remain pivotal.
Yeah.
Agree. That is that AI can never replace HR professionals and business leaders in the organization. We do need our graduates to become future HR leaders to create compassion, empathy, and the willingness to support each other, such type of workplace harmony in the organization. In particular, our international students can leverage their strengths in the cross-cultural competence and creatively evaluate AI in the global context.
Yeah. You can't have a tough conversation with AI, can you?
Oh, 100%. And those tough conversations in HR, they're always hard to have. And that's a skill that's not going to go away. So your ability to connect with people, particularly in organizations across different functions, will remain, to lead those difficult conversations, to coach others in how to have those conversations, and your ability to network. So don't forget that aspect, those soft skills and your professional development are also part of your unfair advantage.
Yeah.
We are on the same page. So I fully agree that AI can give us some guidance for the training and development, but it is still depends on the peer support, mentoring, and really to support people shy in the workplace.
Yeah. So roles are really changing, and judgment and critical thinking is still really important, and so are the soft skills, the relationships, knowing how to empathize is very, very important in HR. The third thing, which I think is very interesting, and it's very specific to actually creating solutions that are fresh to the industry, HR, is the idea of don't think about AI as just a tool that is the same as what you've got, right? It's a new way of working. It's a new way that it can do different things. So don't just think about, oh, I'll just speed up a process. And that's a big mistake. And we call it like, no, don't think about it in a skeuomorphic way. And an example of skeuomorphic way is basically where, when television came out, they used to just film people, reading into a microphone because that's what you would do. That's someone just talking to a microphone. And that's very skeuomorphic. And I think that the real opportunity is actually an advantage to you. And also it's going to be, the way you think creatively, but, redesigning the process itself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just about making things faster. It's about doing things differently entirely.
Yeah.
And we were talking before about how you now have, and again, coming back to a recruitment and selection example, but there are now AI agents that can continuously, for candidates, scan the job market and seek out jobs for them and apply for them. And so what does that then mean for you as an organization, for a HR practitioner, if, your employees, if they're unhappy, they're always looking. They always might be going, somewhere. What does that mean for the organization?
Yeah. And also I think the other point about that is the scale.
Yeah.
So I think most people looking for a role, candidates, and I think HR's used to that, is you only look because you're unhappy. Because looking for a new role or looking for roles that you might be interested in is a lot of work.
Yeah. So
I think it's really going to shift. I don't know, I don't call it the power game, but it's really going to shift where I think how employees think about candidates potentially. Because I could find another job, I don't know, really quickly.
But I think that puts the onus on organizations to pay even more attention to the employee experience and think about how you create environments that are engaging, that empower employees, and that have those what we would call retention levers, and leveraging AI to help you do that by keeping abreast of like what employee sentiment is and where we need to develop our skills in the future, all that kind of stuff. It's almost like a loop.
Yes.
Agree. Well, on the employee perspective, potential employees such as our job applicants, I believe AI gonna really equip our students' skills, in particular international students who do not have a great network in our Australia domestically. So maybe they are lack of peer to practice interview, but AI can be their digital peer, help them to prepare their interview.
Okay. So if we think about the summary, it's basically really shifting roles. Be flexible. Judgment critical thinking is still really important. Soft skills. And it's not just how you think, it's also how you design work in the future.
Yeah, it's not doing the same things faster. It's doing things differently.
Have digital leadership and global mindset. We use AI to make our work better rather than worse.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.